So we are doing the search algorithm today. In the search algorithm, first algorithm is linear search. So whenever we have the array in non-ascending order, that means it's not sorted. It's not sorted, a random number is there in the array. Then we use the linear search method. Now how do we search in the linear search? Let's write down the logic behind it. How do we search in linear search? So here we use a for loop and we go each element and we check if the particular element is matching with the current element, and if it is matching, then we say we found it, otherwise we will say we did not found it. So let's write down the logic. So this function will accept what it will accept, array. So we should have an array and a value. This value should be the value which we have to search in the array. So we'll create a function that will accept an array and a value. Array will be like this and the value may be like, for example, value will be 100. So whatever we want to search in the array, we will pass it as a value. So what we have to do now, loop through the array. We have to go through the array one by one and check if the current array element is equal to the value. So we have to check whether this value is equal to any value which we have. And then if it is, then we'll return the index at which the element is found. There are a lot of inbuilt functions in the array in JavaScript which can do this work. But when you go for interview, you have to explain how you will do manually or with your code, how will you find it. Otherwise, there is a find index method in the JavaScript which can directly find the index for which you will pass the element. And if it is not found, we return -1 because there is no index with -1. So we return the -1. And if we find, we will return the index. So this is the logic which we will use it. Okay, now let's create the function and I will just write down the steps you have to do the problem. So I'll say function linear search, and then once you're done, I will do it myself. So we will pass the array and we will pass the search text. So I'll say just search. So here, first step is if array is empty, return -1. So this is the first step. I'm putting the logic, then you have to implement each logic step yourself. Now I have to start the loop, for loop, to process all the elements of the array. So we will write a for loop and we will process all the elements of the array. And when we will loop through it, we will check, in each time we will check if element is equal to the search element. Which element? Search element, this one. And if it is equal, we return index. And in the end, if we are not returning, that means we reach the end of the program. So in the end, return -1. So this is the logic which we have to put. So you have to finish this problem, and once you're done, let me know. And I will check who has done correctly all these steps, and then I will do it. So here are so your time starts now. I will just write down some examples I will use to test the problem. I'll say linear search. Ten, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'll check the 15. So I should get the answer of 1. Okay, this is one example. I'll put multiple examples. And I have to check here 4. Answer should be the 5. And if I put 100, and if I pass 100 here, the answer should be 0. If I pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I pass 6, I should get the answer of -1. So if I pass this and I pass 10 as a search one, I should get -1. If I pass 100 in the array, and if I pass search element as 200, I will get the answer of -1. So these are the sample test cases which I will test in your function. Let me see who can finish it quickly and correctly. You should send this solution in public. No need to send me the privately. It's okay if others want to see it. So I want the whole of these 4 steps. Okay, I got one solution. Okay, Kate has done. I will comment on her solution soon. I want solution from every one of you. Every one of you has to try this. Only I got right now only one person has responded, and I am not getting response from others. What is the problem? What is problem? You don't know, or you got stuck somewhere. What is the problem? I don't see any other solution. Only one has responded. Kate has only responded. I don't see any other response. What is the problem? Okay, I got one more response. Let me see solution. If array equal to null, return -1. Okay, I got another solution. Let's see what others answer. Only 2 people have responded. Okay, third one. I got third one. Array dot length equal to 0, return -1. Else for loop if search is equal to minus I, return I. Okay. Okay, I got 3 response. I need response from everyone. What are you doing, other people? Only 3 have responded. Okay, maybe you're still trying. It's okay. So let me do the solution for this one. Let's do in the console, and then I will copy there. So we have to go through this array. We have to go through this array, and then so let's write down this function. So we have to go through this list of array, and then we have to solve this problem. So first step is if array is empty. So generally we will pass array, and if someone is passing non-array also, so we will cover both the cases here. So I will say if not array or array dot length is equal to 0, that means array is not passed, and then I will return -1. So if either array dot length is equal to 0, that means array is empty, or there is no array is null. We don't pass anything. We can also say if not search. If you are not passing search also, then also I will pass -1. So in all three cases, I don't want to proceed. So if you don't pass anything to search, then you don't get anything. Okay. So but there is some problem in this search, which I will not take now. Or let's avoid this search part. Okay. Because there is some problem, which the one case will be skipped, and I don't want to skip that one. And array is assumed to be array. This should be the array. Okay, and array dot length is equal to 0, then we return -1. Now let's loop it. We will use for loop var I equal to 0, I less than array dot length I plus plus. So here I will loop through all the elements of the array 5, 8, 1, 8, 12, 3, and 14, and then I will check if the particular element, that is this 5, is equal to 100 or no, if 8 is equal to 100 or no. So one side we have the search and another side we have the array of I. So here I will say if array of I is equal to search, means if both are equal, that means we found something, we will return I, because we have to return the index. Okay, so we have to return the index. So if we found a match, we will return the I, and in the end, if we don't found a match, we will return -1. So we don't need to pass else to do other stuff. Since we have written it, it's written from here only. So no need to put the else and put another thing here. If we were not returning it, then else would have been correct. But in this case, since we return it, we don't need else case. Here also in the for loop is there, we return it, we don't need else case. And in the end, we are returning -1. Okay, Ananda has done differently, count equal to 0. So you are searching if multiple numbers are there in the array, so you are passing all the indexes. Yeah, so you're going one step ahead, but we are fine with the first value which we found. We don't need to find all the values. So count is good if we need to find all the steps, all the matching thing. But right now I only want the first matching one. I don't want to make complex this problem, because this is the interview question. They will not go and ask all the one. If they ask all one, then your solution is correct. You can write down the counting part. But right now here I want the first element to be founded. Okay, so let's try with all the examples. So this is the first example. So I get 1 because I passed a 15 and 15 is at position number 1. Let's try other one. Here I'm expecting answer 5. I'm getting 5. The 4th is at the number of 5. Let's check all others. Okay, so we get 0 and then all -1 as expected. So that means our solution is correct. Okay, so those who have not written the question, those who have not written the answer, they can copy this. And once you're done, I'll give you 1 minute to copy it, then I'll go ahead. Okay, let me create the web page for this one, and then I'll give you the URL. Okay, I'll create somewhere else. Give me 1 minute. I'll create a web page for this so that who has not done the solution, they can copy and do this. So tell me the complexity of this problem. What is the complexity of this problem? And you have to explain why. So this is the URL I'm putting in the chat. Who will tell me the complexity of this problem? Is it O(n) square, O(n), O log n, O constant, O exponential? What is the complexity? We already done the complexity, how to find the complexity of a problem. So those who are not there, they can go back my back videos, and then they can see what is the complexity, how to find the complexity. So I got 3 response O(n) and it is correct. So it is O(n) because we have to go through all the array elements. So it is n number of turns we are going. So it is O(n) complexity. That's correct. It's the O(n) complexity. Let me put it in the document. I updated the document. So that's all for today. Any questions? We'll see tomorrow binary search. This is the linear search. Tomorrow we'll see the binary search.